Hello and welcome to my channel. So today, with it being Friday when this is going to come out, normally this would be a book review. But if you happen to be in the Discord and saw it, or I think I mentioned it in at least some of the videos, I actually was on vacation for the last week. And so I had pre-uploaded some videos to go, but considering I was already super behind on my TBR for August to begin with, like I talked about in my video talking about kind of like what my wrap-up and my TBR at the beginning of the month, I continued to be really behind. I didn't get a ton of reading while I was gone, but what I wanted to do is just give kind of an update on what I was reading just before, during, talk about that, and of course, no vacation is complete without a vacation book haul, so we will talk about that as well. So, let's talk first and chat about what I was reading around and during. And so the first like a couple of days before I actually went, I was starting on Priory of the Orange Tree. As you can see, I'm not particularly far. I wasn't super feeling it, but more so, I also wasn't going to take this big of a book on vacation because this just takes up a lot more space, and we were driving, so I just wanted something that was going to be easier. So I put that down. I will be continuing, but then the only actual physical book I took was Golden Fool. I actually didn't start this until I was on vacation, and I'm pretty decently in as of this point, which I read some today too. I'm on page 154. So ways to go, but this is just, I knew I was going to enjoy this book, and I figured it was a great one to have along. But for the most part, I was using the old Kindle, because I happen to be reading actually like in a vehicle. Kindle's always easier, and it worked out for reading on the beach with the Kindle as well. I didn't want to take Golden Fool and risk it getting wet, so I took the Kindle there as well, and so I figured that would be good. But on the Kindle, I did, there was a couple of things I started. I read the first chapter of Curse of the Mistwraith by Janie Wirtz. It is the first book in her mammoth, The Wars of Light and Shadow series, and that was definitely not on the TBR for this month, but some people in another Discord started buddy reading it, and I couldn't resist, so I read the first chapter. I didn't actually get into any more of it yet, but I'll be working on it, but a really interesting first chapter, so I'm pretty interested there. And then I actually did finish, while on vacation, The Servant Mage by Kate Elliott. And that is a novella that I got an e-arc through NetGalley for. I love me some Kate Elliott, so I was pretty excited to read that. And that was definitely an interesting one. I will be doing a review for it, but it actually isn't being released until like late January of 2022. So that's going to be a while coming. But if that's something you're interested, keep an eye out. I will be coming with a full review for it, but a really interesting world that was built with some different elemental magic and just kind of like different caste systems, a lot of politics going in between the people currently in charge and the people who were in charge and the upper lower classes and such. So a lot fit into a novella, which I kind of expected to be, although I'm not the biggest novella person, just because to some extent there's only so much you can do. You have to kind of do those novella things where like we have to get right down to the point, because I don't have time to spend, explaining everything and going through. So there's always some drawbacks there, but yeah, I will be doing a full review for that. So that's really what I focused on. I had finished Dragon Bone Chair before I went on vacation, and then just did mostly some Kindle reading. So Servant Mage was not super long, so I planned on finishing that while I was on vacation, and then getting as much Golden Fool as possible. And then if I had more Kindle time, I was going to do Curse of the Mistwraith, but I didn't get any more into that. So that's kind of the update of where I'm at right now. I still need to, of course, finish Golden Fool. I still also need to read Dragons of Spring Dawning, which is another buddy read. For that, Senland Ascends was on my TBR for August. The rest of Priory. So there's a lot of stuff, and it's seeming very unlikely that I'll get to most of it at this point. So I'll be probably doing a modified sort of TBR, and using September as largely a catch-up month, so I'll do a video talking more about that as well. But that's kind of where I was at for reading. So, talking a little bit more about the vacation, as I showed you, my wife and I did go out to Ocean City, Maryland, out on the beach. which was really nice. But a long time since we'd had any sort of like vacation, so being gone was there. But we did make a fun stop on the way, and actually stopped and got to see Andrew's Wizardly Reads. And so look forward to, we do a video we did together that's going to be coming up. So pretty excited to see that as well. But because Andrew is so awesome, he actually took me to a place that's called Books and Brew. And it's a place that they didn't have their own beer at the time, but they had like other like local type beers. And beer and wine, and then it's like a used bookstore too, and like they have all kinds of other stuff. So naturally, I had to get some books. And so we'll talk a little bit about what we have here. So I did get, it's a nice little stack. Nothing too crazy, but like I said, you know, I gotta have my vacation book haul. So the first one is Building Harlequin's Moon by Larry Niven and Brenda Cooper. So this mostly I just grabbed because I'm still kind of working on doing a little bit more with sci-fi, and I just got Ringworld by Larry Niven. I've heard that he is a very good author when it comes to sci-fi. Has a lot of classic stuff. I don't know Brenda Cooper though. So this one I grabbed, and seems like it's, you know, definitely like a big building, some giant, you know, interstellar like space station or like world or something. So seems like that'll be an interesting one to read. I was just talking about the preludes and some of the other books in Dragonlance when we did the live show for Dragons of Winter Night, and they happened to have Flint the King, which is one of the preludes, and this is about Flint and the Gully Dwarves, and so I absolutely had to grab this. This is number 5 of the preludes, but for those and like the legends, any of those I happen to find, I'm going to be snatching up, because I actually haven't read most of those, and I'm pretty excited to. Next up, we have The Truthsayer's Apprentice by Deborah Christian. And this, like, the cover here looks more like historical fiction, but this is supposed to be kind of based on Icelandic sagas, and taking it in a different way, basically. And so, like, a Truthsayer is, like, a really important, I assume, sort of, like, maybe magic user. But it's like, there's a special robe of office, and we're following the apprentice, and it's supposed to be kind of like, I think, like, dark and probably a little bit, like, political maybe as well. Didn't know a ton about this, but this one seemed interesting. Oh no, I dropped a book. That's no good. Next up we have just, like, I mean, look at the cover. So this is called The Hawk's Grey Feather. And this is the first book in, like, an Arthurian tale by Patrick Keneally. I used to love Arthurian legend books when I was younger, and I haven't read a ton since. And this is just, like, it's literally shiny. It's got that nice classic-looking type feel. So this seemed really, really interesting. And made it so that it was definitely something that I wanted to check out. So it just seemed very much something I would have used to be pretty interested in. And so I wanted to, I haven't read Arthurian anything in like a really long time, and I used to be super into that, so I thought it was worth a try. And then, continuing the sci-fi bit, and also an author that I do have a book by that I haven't read, but C.J. Shera, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is Hammerfall, and this is like a sci-fi, and here's the back cover here too, we've got like a space camel. But, oh wait a minute, is this one not? Oh, this one, okay. This one is sci-fi. I thought I messed up for a second. So this kind of sounds like Dune-y. It's a desert planet, and there's a dictator, and so, you know, a prince, warrior, our hero wants to go against the dictator. So this was another one where, once again, all the books there were $1. So I was going to come home from some books, and that was an author that I was interested to try. So I grabbed a few more sci-fi there, which was partially at the behest of Andrew. He's been trying to get me to read more sci-fi for a while, so I figured I would give it a shot. The next chunk of my vacation book haul is even more so because of Andrew, because he actually gifted me some books while I was there, and I'm going to try and pick this up. The first thing is so, I mean, you can see up here, I have my Crown of Stars books. And they are the the book club hardcovers, so they're like smaller, and when I got them on eBay, they were in the greatest shape. Andrew had a while back found the full-size hardcovers in like much better condition, These are all in like really good condition for the most part, even though they're used. And decided that since he hasn't been able to get to them, he's going to switch to doing audio or Kindle for these. And so he decided to give me his set, which is amazing. And I love these. And I'm going to have to completely reorganize my bookshelf because everything over there was the correct size. It's totally worth it though, because I love these, and I really wanted to get the full-size hardcovers. I don't hate the book club ones, but these just, I don't know. They feel better, they look better, and they're actually in a fair amount better condition than the ones that I already have. So considering I absolutely love this series, I did plan on trying to get some of these at some point, so that was pretty great as well. So thank you very much, Andrew, as always, for being amazing. And then he gave me, I think he just had an extra copy of this, The Infernal Battalion by Django Wexler, which is book 5 of the Shadow Campaigns. Probably means I have to buy the first 4. But that's an author who is on my list anyway, so I will definitely check that out as I get time. So those are the books that I came home with. We thankfully had room in the car. I don't think my wife was super thrilled about me packing in a bunch of books before we had even reached our final destination for vacation. But it worked out. I got them all home safely, so some new books to try from that used bookstore. Some books that a series I've started and a series I haven't, very excited to as well. Like I said, definitely I'm going to have to rearrange the shelf very soon to get these bad boys displayed. That's kind of what's been going on with me. Also, if you didn't see the announcement that I was going to be gone from Discord for a week, this is why. I was on vacation, so I pretty much was not there at all. Like, I checked like my app mentions like very occasionally, so it was just nice to have a break. But should be back to pretty normal programming, your regularly scheduled programming, very soon with normal videos too. And like I said, I had uploaded videos. Only one of them was like kind of a filler video, but for the most part it was just stuff I would have probably done anyway. So thanks everyone for being gracious about me being gone and being super slow to respond to comments on videos as well. I think I've responded to everything at this point, but I was checking like as I got back, especially too. But yeah, we'll be coming up there, and then as soon as I get a little bit more caught up on my reading, we'll hopefully have some more book reviews coming out here too, because I'm definitely very, very behind. So we'll just have to see. But more stuff coming up. Also, funnily enough, Andrew actually tagged me in a tag that's about taking a trip, and it came out while I was at his house, or I guess it came out before that, but it came out like while the day I was where he lives and like on the trip already, so that was fun. So that'll be coming up soon, where I can give very accurate answers, at least for some of what I would have brought on the trip, since I actually took a trip and brought some books. So look forward to that as well. But that's kind of my update for now, and of course, like I said, more normal stuff will be following. I'll do like an actual full-scale wrap-up probably a little bit late this month, because like I said, I'm super behind, but we'll get all that through as well. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. I've referenced it a few times. Make sure to check the description for the Wizardly Duo Discord. All kinds of fun and discussion there. I'm all caught up now, too. I'm sure I missed all kinds of fun stuff when I was out for a week, but we have a ton of fun there, and it's a really, really nice Discord community, so definitely check it out if you are interested in joining. And of course, if you'd like to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe.